still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another video. So building is something I have totally neglected for way too long in The Sims 4 lately because it's something I really enjoy and love doing, but I was too intimidated to go into a whole ass building straight away. So I was like, okay, let's do a cute little apartment renovation. Little did I know I was gonna be for like over 3 hours renovating this apartment, but the end result is something I'm really happy with, so it's fine. I did have like a tiny little breakdown halfway through because I didn't know what I was doing, but we're here, we pulled through. I'm excited to share the results with you. I went into this with like pretty much no idea, to be completely honest. We also did use some custom content in this. I'll make sure to link all of that in the description down below as always. But as soon as I got into this apartment, I was like, I want to do something vintagey. Maybe it's because I picked those really cute, like, what are they called? Fishbone wooden things? What is that called? Wooden floor? Is it called fishbone? I really hope it is. I think we call it that in German, but who knows. As soon as I saw them, I was like, okay, yeah, like a cute vintagey thing is gonna be something very exciting because it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, yet something I have an idea of, I feel like. I live in Berlin and a lot of people decorate their spaces with what I would call vintagey styles. Things that all are like a bit mix and match and don't always go together 100%, but it always makes me feel super cozy whenever I'm in those places, when people have like different chairs that are kind of, you know, thrifted together, maybe some old sofas, old furniture. I don't know, it makes me feel very comfy. I don't think it's something that I would want to live in personally, maybe because it seems very daunting to keep all of that clean, because a lot of people I know who have like a vintage type of interior style also have a bunch of clutter around to kind of, I don't know, I feel like it belongs to it in my mind at least, and that's too daunting to keep clean for me. Okay, like I'm struggling with like just very basic furniture and a few decorations already. We don't need all of that to collect dust here. But as soon as I went into this, I was like imagining this single parent who's really into vintage and then their teenage child. And I think the teenager's room, I put in a little bit of like the vintage sense of style, but also something a little bit more modern, because I was like, maybe they're like trying to develop their own style whilst growing up in this like vintage apartment. I don't know. I just thought it was a cute story, okay? Also, both of the bedrooms are ginormous, which was a challenge to decorate. I was also being really stupid here because I remember I put like the table and the chairs in and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with all of this room? Like there's just so much space. And then I started like putting the table on a diagonal and was kind of like figuring out if that would take up more space and look better. And then halfway through I realized that we're gonna need a living room and that it's totally silly that I thought this whole thing would have to be filled out with like dining. Because I also thought about like putting a piano in. I was like, oh, let's just, you know, put a piano in here, it would look great. And then I was like, or you need a sofa, like you don't have a living room space. That's how rusty I got when it comes to building, I guess, that I literally forgot that your Sims need a living room, or people in general would want a living room. But is that just me? I feel like every single time I do a build in The Sims, I forget stuff. I'm like the worst. Do you know that like famous thing that Lil Simsy pointed out in like, I think it was is it Get Famous? Is that what the pack is called? I always forget the names for the packs, where they forget toilets and like all of the bathrooms of the builds in that new world. I'm like that, you know, I forget toilets, I forget sinks a lot of times. Oh my god, I forget sinks every single time. Bins. Just reminds me, I have not put a bin in this building. I mean, I think in apartments it's fine because they have this little like trash chute thingy in the hallways that you can throw everything into, but feel free to add a bin to this if you're gonna download it. I forgot to mention this, it is available on the gallery, of course. You can use hashtag TheSimPanions. My gallery ID is also TheSimPanions. It's always in the description down below if you're looking for it. And I uploaded it as a room, of course, because it's 2023. The Sims has been out for like almost 10 years, maybe 10. Did it come out 2014? I feel like it did. close to 10 years, and we still can't upload apartments to the gallery, which, you know, that's cool and all. It's not annoying at all to always have to take all of the walls out if you upload your builds, but yeah, you can find it as a room. Just make sure to enable custom content. You have to do that for all of the stuff I upload my Sims as well, to make sure that you can actually see them on the gallery. But yeah, I'm like, I would be excited if you'd play in this, to be honest, because I feel like I never money cheat in my games. I know a lot of people, when they start a new Let's Play or new series or a new challenge just for themselves, they often download a building that has like, that's fully furnished and decorated, and then put their money to 0 or a few hundred simoleons to start out with. But I love the struggle, so I always give my Sims like almost nothing to start off with, and then we gradually work our way up. And then I never get to play with my own houses or apartments that I build because I just don't have the money for it. I don't know how much this apartment costs, to be honest. I did not check. I think it might be like 70k. I don't remember because I did go in here with a Sim afterwards, but I have no idea how much it was, but probably too much for a starter apartment. You know, I can already tell you that much because I did not use cheap appliances, cheap furniture, cheap decoration, nothing. Everything in here is probably really expensive. But it looks cute. Okay, that's all that matters. I think like when I play the Let's Plays on my channel as well, it's always so funny because when I decorate these spaces, I feel like I always put like so much effort into the tiny details. I also went in and put like the little new light switches that we got in build mode in everywhere, and all of those details are always in my buildings. But then when I play on the channel, we always have just the most horrible like starter homes with no decoration because there's just no money. And then I'm like, I have all of these cute buildings that we could play with that would be like aesthetically pleasing to you guys to look at, but I choose to go with a starter home that is not cute at all. So yay. That's cool and all. Let me know if you do money cheats before you go into a new save, new family, a new whatever, a new challenge, because like I said, I don't. I like the struggle. I like working my way up, and then I never play through enough generations to actually be able to afford more expensive houses. So I just build these things, love to look at them, love to put them in my worlds, and then I'm like, okay, I'll never live in these though. I'll just live in my shabby little house that has no decoration because I can't afford it. I also really, oh god, I really dislike curtains in The Sims 4. I feel like it's always so hard, especially if you don't have the shortest wall height, to find curtains that fit with your windows, because I don't know, even like especially in these apartments where they put like a single and then a double window next to each other, there is just no curtains that work with that. So I kind of like scooted two together to make it look okay, but I wish we had better choices for curtains. That's why I'm really interested in Paralife's coming out whenever that comes out. I have like no information of any of the newest development. I always just see videos popping up on Twitter that they upload that is like showing wherever they are at in development right now, but I don't really go and check because then I just get impatient. But I saw that like right at the start they showed that you can like move things and make them wider and bigger and smaller, and I wish it was like that here. Okay, I wish we could like just drag the curtains out a bit more to make them fit the windows perfectly. I also wish we could change windows in apartments. It's little things, okay? I need that because these windows do not suit the vibe at all, but it's what I went with. It's the apartment I chose because I thought it had like a good size. I didn't want to go for something very small and cramped, but I also didn't want to go for a huge apartment, so this is what we ended up with. Also, I meant to talk about it in my last video, which I never did because my brain is just, it goes with whatever is on its mind right at that moment. And then all plans of what I wanted to talk about are just like thrown out of the window. It's like, I don't care about this anymore. Like, I'm talking about whatever now. But last weekend, so 2 days ago on Sunday, we went kayaking with my family, my sister, my mom, my stepdad, my sister's boyfriend. We all went kayaking, and I was kind of worried because I'm probably Along with like my sister's boyfriend, probably the most unfit person in our family. I do not like to exercise that much, and my mom and stepdad, they're absolute beasts. Like, they cycle everywhere. They cycled to the place we went kayaking. It took them 2 hours to get there. Then we kayaked for 2 hours. Then we had dinner, and then they cycled back for 2 hours. And I was like, what now? Like, if you put me on a bike and let me cycle for 2 hours, I will be done for not just that day, but probably a whole week to come. So I was like, there is just no way I could do that. But I was a little bit worried because your girl has weak arms. Okay, whenever I train, I feel like my legs are always holding up fine. My butt is, my abs are, my back is, it's all fine. Even my shoulders at times are okay, but my arms, it's where it all comes falling down, you know. It's kind of like my Achilles, what do you call it in English? Achilles thingy, you know what I mean. My Achilles thingy, yes, exactly. That is my arms. They are just absolute trash. Like, just little spaghetti arms. I mean, they're chunky spaghetti arms, but nevertheless, no muscle in them. So I was worried because kayaking, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to hold up my arms for 2 hours, which is already exhausting, okay? And then I have to like actually put work into moving us through the water. So I was a little bit intimidated, you might say. I was like, will I be able to get through this trip, or will I just cry after an hour and be like, get me out of here? But it was surprising because me and my stepdad were in a boat together, which I was very grateful about. Well, to be honest, my sister was like just chilling half of the time, and she was just like sitting there, and her boyfriend was doing all the kayaking, and she was just like chilling with her feet dangling in the water. That wasn't me. I actually pushed through the whole 2 hours, and I could have gone for longer. I thought it was really, really fun. And if it wasn't so dang expensive to do it, I would consider doing it a million times again because I love being on the water. I did get a little sunburned though because I'm an idiot. Like, oh my god, I never get sunburned. Okay, I think in my whole life, and I'm like quite old now. Okay, am I 27? I think I'm 27. Yeah, I'm 27. Sorry about that. I feel like you just get to an age where you're like, I don't even know how old I am anymore. It doesn't matter. I'm just old, okay? That's all that matters. Yeah, I'm 27, and in my whole life, I have only had 2 sunburns. One when I was a child and we were on holiday in Greece, and I was just running around in my undies all day. So I got a little sunburned. And then the other time was when I was 18, 19, and I was at a festival, and no one expected it to get really warm, and I got a sunburn because we just sat out obviously in front of the tent for the whole day. And it was during the time where I don't know, if you're young, you won't even remember this, but there was a time where it was really fashionable to wear jeans, like skinny jeans with holes just in your knees. I don't know why, but it was a thing. If you're my age, you will remember. It was a thing. And I literally only got sunburned on my knees. But yeah, that's that from me. I got a little bit sunburned on my arms. Don't be like me, okay? Put sunscreen on. Whatever. Video's coming to an end. I totally just like rambled on without realizing, but hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about the apartment. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you all next time. Bye!
Made space, and she said I won't answer if you call me when you're lonely. I guess I let her go. Never mind, it's too late. But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week, and this just can't be